keep your feet on the ground. Hands off, my daughter, keep your thoughts to the wind, your thoughts to yourself. And now on the clock, now on your health. I wish they'd let me just keep to myself. And I do find my own. Keep your nose clean, your head above water, keep your feet on the ground. Hands off, my daughter, keep your back to the wind, thoughts to yourself. And now on the clock, and now on your health. I wish they'd let me just keep to myself. I do find my own. They say to keep up with the times. They say to keep up with the Jones. They say to keep up with the rest of your class. So I keep an open mind in this closed-minded world. It's always telling me to keep off the grass. Keep your nose clean, your head above water, keep your feet on the ground, keep your hands off the daughter, back to the wind, thoughts to yourself. And now on the clock, and now on your health. I wish they'd let me just keep to myself, and I do find my own. Keep your nose clean, your head above water, your feet on the ground, keep your hands off my daughter, back to the wind, your thoughts to yourself. And now on the clock, and now on your health. I wish they'd let me just keep to myself, and I do find my own. Is it alright if I tell y'all a story? It will only take about a half hour. But this song, every time I sing this song, it makes me want to tell people how I made it up. It's the oldest song that I got. I made it up, I think I was 20 years old. I didn't sing it. Why would I make that up? I made this song when I was young, and I remember I was living in a town called San Marcos, Texas. And I had about maybe 15 songs I made up, you know. I didn't have this one yet. And I was playing around town, and my heroes were John Prine and Jerry Jeff Rucker and Billy Joe Shaver and Chris Christopherson. And those were the people whose records I memorized, you know. And I would play these bars around town, so there's about 6 of them. So every night there was 5 other guys like me playing around in some place. And after we would do that, we would all get together someplace else, and we would get our guitars and we would play some more and talk about how our gigs went. And every time I went to one of these parties, everybody liked all those guys that I liked, but who they really liked was Bob Dylan. And I had you know, I had some albums, you know, but I was having a hard time with it. I said, I never know what he's fucking talking about. The ghost of electricity howls in the bones of a fiend. I said, what did it do? And I knew there was something to it, and I never gave up. I read some books even, you know. And then one night this guy said he was going to record my show. And for me that meant, I was excited about that. That was back in the 80s when that wasn't just something you could do all the time. So we were going to record the show. And I was excited, and I was sitting out in this van behind the club waiting for my turn to go on. And through the walls of the building I could hear Bob Dylan singing Stuck Inside a Mobile with the Memphis Blues again. And I remember when he said the senator had 10,000 pounds of headlines stapled to his chest. I thought, man, that's fucking funny, man. And then I think, all of a sudden I started to get it, you know. And all of a sudden I really got it. In fact, there's a restraining order now. It got a little out of control. But at the time it was new, and I remember saying to the guy that was going to record, I said, hey, don't record tonight, because I'm going to go home and I'm going to make up a bunch of songs that are just fucking, they don't make any fucking sense. It's going to be awesome. So, I feel like I know you well enough to be vulnerable enough with you to tell you that this is the song I went home and made up. And it was supposed to be like a Bob Dylan song. Well, there, that's out there. Anyway, I'll tell you what though, and just take a second more, man. I tell you, I had this song, I was so excited about it, and did my show, and then I went to the party where the other 5 guys who did shows got together, and we were sitting around playing our new songs, and I played this song, and everybody enjoyed it, it seemed like to me. And one of the guys said, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?" I said, "Yeah." And he says, "You know that song?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "It's a lot like Dylan, you know, that Johnny's in the basement thing." And I went, "Yeah, right?" And he went, "No, yeah, no, you can't just do that." I said, "Do what?" He said, "You can't just go around and copy people." And I went, oh, okay. And so I made a mental note of that, you know, and I didn't play that song again. And then about 5 years later, I was living in Memphis, Tennessee, and I got a chance to make an album. And when I got a chance to make the album, I got a chance to go on tour. And when I went on tour, I got to go on tour with a whole bunch of other bands that had made albums. And if there was anything I learned from the couple years of my life, I learned that, you know, yes, you can just go around and copy people if you want to. That's when I started doing this song again. Yeah, but what are you feeling?